What's happening, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be doing a video that's it's more for global players. Just want to give you guys some insight on the new Howlex raid, or should I say Crimson Demon raid. And obviously disclaimer, I'm not telling you to build any of these units or anything like that. I'm not saying you have to use these. It's just my opinion, what units I know work in this raid. And yeah, hopefully you guys find this useful. So the first unit I want to take a look at is Red Gila. I shit you not, Red Gila is actually pretty damn good. I used them myself for the Howlex Demon for a while on JP, just because I wanted to mess around, use different units, see who was good. And yeah, Gila is actually really good. Her passive is amazing for raids, 15% to HP related stats. Her ignite skill is pretty good. Obviously the first two ranks only apply one ignite, 180, 240% respectively. Rank 3 it's 400% applied 2 ignites, so obviously it's not as good as Demon Meliodas' ignite, but it's still an ignite card, right? The first skill is just like a skill that does damage, but it also cleanses buffs. The buff doesn't really matter, like cleansing it, because the Howlex Demon only has one buff, and you know, as you can see, 200, 300, 400% respectively. It's a pretty good card. Gila's kit is pretty good. I mean, she's also red, so she's not the worst idea. I'm not saying you have to build her, but it's just an option, you know. Next unit I want to take a look at is Red Nunchuck Barn. This guy, I can highly recommend you use him. I used him for Hell Crimson for a long time until they released Escanor. Weak point skill, really good. Second skill, ranks down cards, it's not too bad. I mean, ranking down cards is a plus, I guess. And his ultimate, great for I think it's phase 3 of Crimson / Howlex, where you can actually snatch him, reduce his defense, reduce the damage you take, and also increase the damage you deal, right? Next is Hellbrum. Now, I'm not recommending Hellbrum, right? I can recommend Barn, and I could say give Gila a try, but his passive is not too bad. It actually allows him to hit pretty hard with skill 1, of course. His multipliers go up really well, 450%, reduces gauge as well, which is really nice. His second skill, the Petrify skill, it's not too good here. The percentages are really low, but still some damage nonetheless. Like I said, Hellbrum's not the best option, but really, if you don't have anything else to use, maybe you're in that situation, you can definitely try Hellbrum, see how he does. Also, I want to give a shout out to Arthur. You guys won't really need Arthur because Hell is not out yet, so his kit, other than the buff, it's not too good. The buff is amazing. The ultimate's great for damage, I guess. But yeah, about Arthur, let's go to some other units. Now, this unit, very good unit for this. Like, I can also highly recommend her as well. Her and Nunchuck Barn, great, absolutely great for this raid. Of course, her skill 1 is probably the best thing about her kit, because it ignores defense. It has a rush, I don't know what you call it on global, but it ignores defense. 200, 300, 500%. Second skill, not too good aside from the damage on rank 3, because you can't really debuff him with the effects that the card has. The ultimate is amazing, 1050%, ignores defense, amazing ultimate. Of course, she's an SR, she's easy to build, you can easily max her ultimate. So yeah, would highly recommend you build this Ellie Hawk if you don't have Red Demon Meliodas. And next unit's a bit of a tricky one, but let's go take a look at her. Okay, so next unit I do want to talk about is Jericho. Now, not too many people will be able to use her effectively, right? Because her stats are so low, especially her HP. You need to have somewhat good gear. But if you have good gear on Jericho, you will absolutely destroy this demon without Meliodas. This skill right here does bleed. You can actually bleed Crimson Demon, so that's pretty good. And of course the weak point skill. The ultimate, to be honest, you're probably never going to crit the demon on her ultimate, just because his crit resist is so high. But yeah, those are the units that I think are good options. So let's go into some Crimson raids and see how they do there. Okay, so first I'm going to showcase Barn. And look, I'm very well aware, right, before anyone jumps at me in the comments saying this is JP, your stats they're not the same, like global blah blah blah. I know that the stats are different and whatnot, like no one on global is gonna have a 16k attack Barn, but it's just the principle, right? The way you use this team, as you can see, me and my friend, we're running double buffers. that's the way you should be running this. Double buffers, Demon Meliodas friend if possible, and your own unit with double Galthas. So I just skipped turn 1 just because no need to show us using useless cards, but we got rank up turn 2, which is ideal. That's the best situation possible, so let's see what we can do. Obviously, like, I already know that because this is extreme and my units have such high stats that they're gonna destroy this demon rat, but what I'm trying to showcase isn't necessarily the damage, but more that the way you play this raid. If you have 2 Galthas and then you have 2 buffers, Gil and Hellbrim, or maybe Gil, actually no, Gil and Hellbrim, or Hellbrim and Arthur, that can work just fine. Obviously Arthur gives a smaller attack buff than Gil Thunder does, but of course Arthur will give you a HP buff. Looking at my friend just one shot him. He'll give you a HP and a defense buff, so I guess if you're struggling hard with this demon, like you need what you call it, some more like tank, Arthur's a good idea, but for now I don't really think you guys should be using Arthur too much, just because the hell difficulty isn't out, right? But when it does come out, then you'll be using Arthur because he's red and you can only use type advantage units for hell difficulty. So right here my friend's gonna rank up and we are gonna probably just one shot the demon. That's what I mean. That's how you can overcome the stat discrepancy, right, on JP. Because you guys have a lower level and you don't have as many outfits and whatnot, your gear isn't as good. Running double buffers is the best choice, because this demon, you don't have the time to wait and stall out this demon, because it will just kill you, right? You need to burst this demon as fast as you can, get over and done with, especially phase 3 if you're doing extreme. Of course, if you're doing hard, it's much easier. There's only 2 phases. He has less HP, doesn't hit as hard, isn't as tanky. So yeah, run double buffers. In the back, I do not recommend a unit like I mean, I guess you could try it, but since this demon has the ability to infect your units where you can't heal, I wouldn't necessarily recommend healing units. I'd recommend a unit like you know, like is Golgius? Yeah, Golgius, 15% attack up. It's not attack related stats, it's just pure attack. He's good. You can use Kane, he's also really good, 10% attack related stack up. And any of the single type boosters like Jericho and whatnot. That's Barnes Showcase. Let's go to the next unit. Okay, so next unit I'm going to be showing here is Gila. Gila, you'd use her like similar to the way you'd use Demon Meliodas. Of course, you'll use her Ignite cards first, then attack afterwards for higher damage. That's probably the only way you're going to be able to use her efficiently, right? But obviously keep in mind, ignore the damage I'm doing, but just keep in mind that the unit that I am actually using is good for the raid. Like, the team, it's just it just works really well, right? If someone says to you that Gila sucks on Crimson, trust me, don't listen to that. So I'm gonna skip turn 1 and we'll come back on turn 2. Okay, turn 1 passed, we got our rank ups. And he's hitting my Gila. I mean, Gila is literally Meliodas, but a bit worse. Okay, not a bit worse, but you know what I mean. But she basically does have the same kit besides the infect on her second skill, and also her ignite card isn't as good, but that's besides the point. I think she's probably gonna one-shot him just because stats, you know. But you get the point that I mean, right? Her having ignite means your other units can do more damage. You know, your buddy who's running Demon Meliodas or Barn or whoever the heck they're running, really good to use Gila. Like I said, Gila is not one I would recommend. Like, I recommend Barn, I recommend Ellie Hawk. Gila, I wouldn't necessarily recommend her, but like I said, she does work. Like, using Gila does work, trust me. I think we're probably gonna 2-shot this phase, maybe. Not too sure, but yeah, she'll do well. Boom. And boom. But yeah, as I was talking about the best sub to use, trust me, just go with an attack sub. You'll make your life easier. If you're using red units, which you probably should be, use red SR Jericho or Kane. I wouldn't say I mean, I guess you could use Golgius, just because this demon, you're not gonna crit him, right? So maybe the 5% extra attack might be more useful than more penetration, more crit chance, and more crit damage. But yeah, that's just my opinion, right? From hundreds and hundreds of Crimson raids I've done and tested on and whatnot, that's probably what I would be running if I was on global. So yeah, that was Gila, pretty straightforward, easy clap. Not too much more to say about her, so let's go into the next showcase. I think it's going to be for Hellbrum. I'll see you there. Okay, now it's time to use Hellbrum. Obviously you can see I switched to Gil Thunder because I can't run both Hellbrums same team. Hellbrum, he's probably going to have the highest attack stat out of any unit you could possibly bring to this raid, just because of his passive. Because his passive, as you know, he'll get 15% extra base stats if everyone's alive, and it will decrease by 5% each time someone dies. My buddy's using an SSR Hellbrum who's a 5-star, and you'll see he's going to survive just fine. So let's go into turn 2. Alright, we're on turn 2. We've got our rank ups. Now Hellbrum, I didn't use him much except for like maybe when it first came out. So I'm not too sure if he does good, but I think he will do, just because his attack is just going to be so high, right? With his passive, the sub unit that we're running, the double buffs, it's going to be just fine. I think, yeah, I think should be just fine. And yeah, like I said, Hellbrum, just like Gila, wouldn't necessarily recommend that you use him, but like I said, maybe like a lot of free-to-play players, maybe you did get Hellbrum because, you know, he's a part of like one of the most cancerous PvP teams. Maybe you've invested into him and whatnot. I'd say give him a try, you know, you never know, it might work out really well. Obviously I can only assume, right, since I don't actually have a global account myself, I can't go into global and test it out, and obviously everyone's gonna have like different levels of gear. Some people might be whales, some people might be completely free to play, some people don't have SSR gear, or like they have it but it's not good rolls. Like there's a lot of factors into it, right? But yeah, Hellbrum should do just fine. And also, you could easily just ignore Extreme Crimson, because the difference in drops between Extreme and Hard, they're really, like, they're almost negligible. Like, I think you get maybe 2 more on Extreme than you do on Hard at best. 2, maybe 4 more. I'm not exactly sure how it is on global, but yeah, like, it's really not a big difference. If you just go into Hard with maybe Hellbrum, you should be able to beat it just fine. That's what I think anyway. I'm assuming you should be able to beat it, because Hard raids, they are easy, right? That's just the way they are. They're not as difficult as Extreme, and obviously that's common sense, right? So yeah, Hellbrum's damage pretty good. Obviously excluding the stat discrepancy, but yeah, he is doing pretty good. But yeah, because I've seen a few videos on like global guides and stuff, and people they use like really weird teams. Like just forget all like the I think people overcomplicate it, is what I'm trying to say. Just trust me, best thing on any raid is to bring double buffers. That's what we did on JP ever since raids came out, and that's always been the most efficient way, because the best way is just to kill the demon fast, right? There's no other way. Like, doing it safely doesn't matter too much. That if you lose, or you just lose some stamina, you can go back in. If you can get it done quick, then that's probably the best case scenario, right? That's just the way I see it personally. There's no time to mess around. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hellbrum did alright, not too bad, not too bad. Let's go to the next one. I think we're going to be showing Ellie Hawk. I'll see you guys there. Okay, time to test Ellie Hawk. Now her, I think she's probably going to be the most, I don't know if I want to say consistent, but she is going to be the one that will probably give you the best results if you don't have a Demon Meliodas. Because let's just say like you run you do a Crimson with someone and they don't have Demon Meliodas, right? Then you'll be able to beat it just fine if they have an Ellie Hawk themselves. Like if you're both running double Ellie Hawk, it's gonna be just fine. Trust me, she destroys this demon thanks to the the effect on her first card, the ignore defense. Because this demon has a lot of defense, but if you can just ignore it, then it just really doesn't matter. And then plus you double buff her, she will do insane damage even on global. That's what I mean, like, because she has ignore defense, she's probably going to end up doing more damage than Barn, more damage than all these guys, even Demon Meliodas himself, you know. Even though he does have a boost, it's very likely that Ellie Hawk can out damage him. At least on the lower difficulties. On Hell it's a bit different, but yeah. From what I've seen people test on Extreme, she basically is like the most, the best DPS Red Ellie Hawk. So yeah, really recommend you build her. Damage is it's just really good. Really good. I mean 250, I mean on global you might do 150, but yeah, not too bad. And her ultimate as well, it's just free damage, right? It's a SR unit, you can easily max her ultimate, just save the coins, max it out, it will save you a lot of headache when you're trying to kill phase 3, especially on Extreme. Just get it done quickly, because that's the thing, because you guys are going to be spamming the hell out of this raid, right? Because you all have your units, you want to get them to level 75 and whatnot. You really don't want to take too long beating this, because if you beat it quickly, then you can obviously do more crimsons quicker, right? And then that will just mean you'll get ears quicker, blah blah blah, level up your units quicker. It's just more efficient that way, you know. That's my opinion on how you should approach this demon. Kill him quick, and I'll just make life easy for everyone. Now, okay. Her ultimate, of course, it doesn't hit overly hard, but it still hits really hard. Just because obviously this isn't Red Demon. Like on Red Demon, you can just stack her passive, and then she'll hit him with like a 1 million on her ultimate. But obviously in this raid, because he has lots of AoEs, not really gonna get her passive, but you know that doesn't really matter too much. Easily done. But yeah, let's go on to our final showcase, which is gonna be Jericho, and yeah, I'll see you guys there. Okay, time to show off Jericho. Now Jericho, she's the most polarizing one because it's very I don't know, it's hard to say how to run her, right? Because Jericho, you could run her attack crit damage, you could run her attack defense or triple crit damage. Personally, I recommend if you guys do run Jericho, because she's definitely viable. Don't let anyone tell you she's not viable. She's 100% viable for this raid. I do recommend attack defense, but I don't know what I'm gonna run actually. Because trust me, she's not gonna crit often at all. I think I'll just keep her attack crit damage. Obviously you can see her HP is really low. Sadly, that's just something about Jericho, you can't really do too much about that. But yeah, I'm gonna run attack crit damage, and we'll see how it goes. Gonna skip to turn 2. Turn 2 is here, and we've got a shit ton of Jericho cards. That's pretty good. My homie got a rank up as well. Shout out to Bob, thanks for helping me, bro. This took a while. Resetting due to RNG and whatnot, but yeah. Jericho, we're gonna attack a lot of her, right? And we're still not gonna crit him too often. So I mean, let's see if we do, right? He's got the poison debuff. We'll just hit. I should have used the other card actually. But obviously, mine, like, she's gonna absolutely wipe the floor with this guy. That's besides the point. Your Jericho, if you do have her built and whatnot, she's gonna do good damage. She's not gonna do whatever the hell I'm about to do, of course, but she's gonna do good damage regardless. Yeah, see, one tap. I guess that's a good thing about Jericho, right? Even though she has really low HP, she does have off the roof lifesteal, which is really good. She does so much damage, you'll just heal back to full HP. Now, let me see if I can crit him. I know that will kill him, but let's just see if we can crit. Chances are probably not, but you never know. Which is one thing I don't understand. It's like, why this demon has such high crit resist, I wouldn't know. I guess we did crit somewhat. And yeah, one tap, okay. I guess if you were to use Red Slater, it would be easier to crit, but come on, no one's gonna use Red Slater in this raid. We've got 2 more cards here, we're gonna use them, we're not gonna crit him, I already know that, like, we're just not. Even though we've attacked plenty of times, we're just not gonna crit him, sadly. We might actually, oh no, wait, I was thinking we might kill him, but no, we won't, he has too much HP, yeah. 375, still no crit. With ultimate, we're not gonna crit, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 389, I mean, if we crit him, we would have done God knows how much, would have one-shot him, but yeah, Jericho definitely viable. Don't let anyone tell you she isn't, because they don't know what they're talking about. Let me go back to the menu. Okay, so yeah guys, that's pretty much my recommendation for units that you can use, air quotes can. I'm not telling you to use them, but they're definitely options. Anyway guys, thank you for watching my video. Please leave a like and subscribe. Check out my other videos if you haven't, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.